In a recent phone call between the United States President Donald Trump and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the discussion on illegal immigration has once again sparked concern among Indians residing in the United States. Trump, known for his tough stance on immigration, stated that India will do what's right when it comes to deportation of illegal immigrants. While this particular statement appears diplomatic on the surface, it signals a tightening grip on undocumented migrants in the US, including an estimated 7,25,000 Indians who are currently overstaying their visa or living without any legal status. Now, since taking the office, if you know, then Trump has aggressively pursued measures to curb illegal immigration, implementing stricter border control, enforcing deportation policy, and making it very hard for migrants to seek asylum or extend their stay. While the focus has largely been on migrants from Mexico and Central America, Indian migrants have not been spared as well. Several undocumented Indians, particularly those on expired visa, now fear the possibility of being deported abruptly. One of the biggest concerns within the Indian community is the manner in which deportations are being carried out. Recently, reports surfaced about Brazilian migrants being handcuffed and forcefully sent back home, raising fear that undocumented Indians may face similar treatment. Many Indian migrants who have overstayed their visa fears that immigration raid, detention center, and forced removal could soon become a harsh reality for everybody out there. Now let me tell you the reality for undocumented Indians in the US. For years, many Indian migrants in the US have lived under a certain level of leniency, with authorities focusing more on border security than any internal deportation. However, Trump's crackdown has changed this landscape now. The US Immigration and Custom Enforcement has intensified its operation, making it extremely difficult for undocumented migrants to live without any fear. Many Indians on work visas, such as the H-1B, are also feeling the pressure now. The Trump administration has made it harder for visa holders to transition to permanent residency, leading to greater uncertainty. Those who have overstayed their visa are particularly vulnerable as they now risk being targeted in deportation sweeps. Now, in response, the Indian government has taken a cautious approach to this particular issue. India's foreign ministry recently stated that it would take back any Indian who is overstaying abroad as long as their nationality is verified. While this is standard diplomatic protocol, it does little to address the concern of those facing deportation. In the meantime, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has maintained strong ties with Donald Trump, and both leaders have emphasized strategic partnership in trade, defense, and technology. However, the question remains the same. Will Modi push back against harsh deportation measures targeting Indians? Or will India simply comply with US policies in the hope of maintaining stronger diplomatic ties? Moving back to our topic, then for many undocumented Indians, deportation is not just a legal issue, but personal and economic disaster. Many have lived in the US for years, working jobs, raising families, and integrating into society. Deportation would mean uprooting their lives and returning to a country where they may no longer have strong connections or any job prospects. Additionally, Indian students and skilled workers on visa are feeling the heat. Trump's administration has tightened restrictions on student work permits and visa renewals, making it very hard for Indians to study and work in the US. With rising cost of living and fewer job opportunities due to visa restrictions, many Indian students are struggling to make ends meet, often forced to rely on financial support from their families back home. Now, looking ahead, as Trump continues to push for stricter immigration policy, Indians in the US must brace for more uncertainty. Those on temporary visa should ensure that they maintain legal status, while undocumented migrants may need to explore legal avenues to regularize their stay. India, on the other hand, faces a diplomatic challenge as well. While it wants to maintain strong ties with the US, it also has the responsibility to its citizens who are facing deportation. While immigration will always remain a key issue, and how the two governments navigate this challenge will be closely watched. For now, undocumented Indians must be prepared for the worst, as the Trump administration shows no sign of slowing down its aggressive immigration policy. The fear of being detained and deported in handcuffs, just like the Brazilian migrants did, is very real. It remains to be seen whether India will intervene diplomatically or whether affected individuals will have to navigate the crisis on their own.